Good morning, everyone. This is Matt Tour. Glad you could join us this morning. We'll be discussing some of our opportunities we have in the IRA annuity space. We got a lot of carriers that do go to lower deposits. Really helps on getting someone placed that wants to put in less than $10,000 on an annuity. We have some other carriers, of course. You can do 2 years of deposits, and you can do 2020 and 2021 right now. Combine those 2 years to get over the $10,000 mark in order to be able to meet those clients' needs. The webinar today will take about a half an hour. If you have any questions along the way, definitely give me a call. I'd be glad to go over that with you. I know we've got some really good business builders we offer through IAMS. You can do the referred producer program. You refer agents to IAMS. You'll get cash incentives based on that. You get money when they get licensed, and then you receive override monies based on their production. We also have our market and reimbursement program. We reimburse $100 for every $100,000 of indexed annuity premium you submit through IAMS. We also have our new agent perks. You can get different perks based on different levels of production. Of course, the more you write, the better that perk's going to be. A great way to get incentivized for the business you write through IAMS, and a good way to get a jump on the year. And if you have interest in getting some of the lead systems, obviously it's going to be a good way to bankroll lead programs, which will help you earn more money down the road. Great ways, to take advantage of what we offer on that end. We have our back office support team, a great group of individuals we have at the IAMS location, help you out with advertising, new business, marketing, whatever you may need. We have a great block of people here. We've got a great creative team that can help you out on getting pieces put together, maximizing your advertising budget. Having IAMS help you out with all that, a great way to keep things going on that end. We've got a very experienced marketing team here. We can help you out with a lot of ideas on doing business and using the Firelight system. I know it's a great EAP system we have. You can do applications online. We have a majority of our companies that utilize Firelight. We're constantly seeing additional companies added on a weekly basis. So it's another key item of interest. We've got our creative team can help you out with a lot of advertising needs. Maybe you want to redo your business logo. You want to do some email advertising. Maybe you want to get involved in social media advertising. They can help you out with all that. Give you the keys to success, really help you out with that moving forward. We have a great website we've had up and running for a number of years. A lot of great information you can pull off the website. You can do quotes, you can get sales ideas, you can pull off industry forms, you can do all kinds of good things on the website. And we've got different quoting systems. You can also look up different index strategies you can compare right online. We also have an income comparison program, great way to get everything at your fingertips, be able to utilize those based on your needs. We have our retirement analyzer software program. It's a great system you can utilize to help clients out, figuring out where they want to get to down the road, where they stand today for retirement, what kind of income needs they're going to need down the road, what kind of savings they need to have in place to meet those needs. And you can plug a lot of variables in with nursing home stays, premature death, turbulent economic times, a lot of different features you can plug into the system, and it'll give you some nice information based on that. We have our IAMS wealth management system we've got in place. If you have interest in going down the wealth management path, we've got a great system in place, so it makes it easier for you to get your tests completed, pick up some great investment platforms. We've got a great team of advisors you can work with. Charles Hiring Jr., Mike. We got Mr. Reeg available now. Got some great individuals to work with on that security side of the business. We've seen a lot of agents very successful getting started, getting blocks of business under management. In fact, of our top 10 producing agents on the insurance side, 8 of them have their Series 65. So definitely a great combination. Definitely something to take a look at if you have not got involved in that side of it. Definitely something you'll look at here down the road. We have our Life and Annuity Academies. We typically do these about 4 times a year. We're hoping to do some in the fall, based on travel restrictions, everything else going on right now. We want to wait. We will announce any meetings we have coming up. It's an all expense paid trip. We have to either one of our insurance companies or to our home office here in Omaha. We take care of your travel expenses, your meals, everything's taken care of. It's a great combination, great way to get more business indoors, in-house. We just announced our next trip is going to Italy. It's a Mediterranean cruise. Should be a fantastic trip. It's a 19-month qualification, December 1st of 2020 through June the 30th of 2022. Takes 4.5 million points to qualify. Should be a fantastic trip. We've got some great programs included with that. And we also have some space on Facebook and LinkedIn. Great way to follow what we're doing here at IAMS. If you're involved in the social media platforms, you can follow us on our links there. We have a Facebook page. We also have a LinkedIn page. Great way to interact socially with us. And we also have our website, of course, the www.imsinc.com. There's a lot of tools you could take advantage of based on that. And of course, we're in the midst of one kind of season. I'm not sure if it's rabbit season or if it's IRA season, but we do see a lot of IRA business coming in this time of year. They did extend out the deadline to May the 17th to get your taxes filed. They did extend out when you could make your IRA deposits, so that is available through the 15th of May. Contribution limits for 2021, you got $6,000 up to age 49. They have a catch-up provision where you can put in additional $1,000 to a total of $7,000 for people 50 and above. Of course, there are limitations on deposits based on income for single and married individuals. If you make too much to do an IRA deposit, you may want to look at a Roth IRA. The levels of income are much higher that they'll accept on that. The same dollar amounts would be in play, $6,000 for someone under age 50, $7,000 above age 50 and above. There is a table of reduced deposits based on income, so definitely make sure you have that at hand based on your needs there. We do have a decent number of companies that do go to some of the lower deposits. We've got American National, Equitrust, Guggenheim, Life of the Southwest, National Western Life, Atlantic Coast, and Sentinel are some of the companies we have that do offer products that do go to some lower deposit rates, and definitely a nice combination there based on needs. We do have the American National products that do go down to $5,000 of deposit. That Strategy Index Annuity Plus 7. They also have the Plus 10. They do have some pretty nice rates available in those contracts, and they do have a $5,000 minimum deposit on deposits for qualified dollars, so make sure you are aware of that. They do allow 10% free withdrawals starting in the first year. They have about 5 different strategies you can choose from based on your client's needs, and some great options they have with that American National contract. Equitrust has their Market 10 annuity, a great index annuity. We see a lot of business being written on this. It does have a 6% bonus on all deposits the first 5 years. They go down to $5,000 initial deposit on this. Then you can add more monies in as a client wishes to. This plan also has a return of premium option. The client can take all their monies out at any time if they wish. They can get their full principal back and no questions asked. They do have a chargeback on that the first 2 years. The client takes all their monies out in the first 2 years. There's a chargeback on comp. As long as they wait 2 years and they take money out after that time period, there is no chargeback. So do keep that in mind. In fact, Equitrust just had a rate increase. Their rates are better than they were, last week. Good opportunity to take advantage of these higher rates. They also have a fixed rate annuity called the Certainty Select. It does require $10,000. Make sure you are aware of that, and they would need to put in 2 years of contributions at one time. So they could put in $12,000 for 20 and 21 based on being 49 and younger. They could put $14,000 in based on being 50 and older. So keep that in mind. Life of the Southwest is the only company we have that goes down to some extremely low deposits. If you set your client up on a bank withdrawal, they'll go down to $100 a month. You can start with $100, so you put $100 in. You set it up on a bank withdrawal, they'll take out $100 a month for as long as the client wishes, and that can happen for years. They have a couple different plans you can go with. They have a plan called the Secure Growth, mainly geared towards growth. They have a plan called the Secure Income, which is more focused on the income needs of a client, but really a nice combination for someone looking at getting smaller amounts to get started, and a great combination on what they offer based on products. The company we have that really goes to some lower deposits is National Western Life. They've got most of their products go down to $2,000 on qualified deposits. They have got that Ultra Classic right now, which goes down to $2,000. It pays a 10% comp up to age 70. So that's going to be the highest compensation we have. They also have a plan called the Ultra Future that has a 9% bonus on all premiums the first year, a 4 3/4 bonus on all premiums added in years 2 through 5. That has a 5% comp up to age 70. So it's not quite as high on the comp side as the Ultra Classic. But they do have that really good bonus available to the client. And the good thing about that plan, it goes to go down to $2,000, so it goes to a much lower deposit rate. And we've seen some good play on that contract. Guggenheim is another carrier we have that has some lower deposit amounts they'll accept based on their contracts. They have the Highlander 7 and Highlander 10. If you take a look at those contracts, they do have a $5,000 minimum on qualified monies. The thing I do like about those contracts is the Highlander 7 and 10, and also the ViStar contract. They do have the Mark V strategy. We've been seeing some really stellar results on that one. It's an uncapped strategy with a straight par rate. If you take a look at the Highlander 7, that par is at 95%. So if the market was up 10%, your client would have made 9.5. And on the Highlander 10, that has an 80% par. And then on the ViStar contract, that is at 95% par. So we've seen a lot of clients renewing in the last few weeks and heading into May that are going to make some huge returns. I just talked to a guy today that had a client that had a policy with Silac. They just bought it last year. They put in $300,000 and the client made $65,000 this last year. So they made over 20%. Huge gain. So definitely a really good earnings time for clients right now. A great time to get in front of those clients and go over their results, see if they want to put additional monies into that existing policy, they'll take it. Otherwise, getting them to invest new monies, that'd be a great opportunity to really take advantage of these great returns we're seeing right now in the market. And the key right now is when a client makes those big gains. Those gains are locked into the policy, and a great chance for that client to really maximize, what they're making in those contracts. So definitely a great opportunity there for them to take advantage of the marketplace right now. I mean, take a look at the S&P index; it's up about 40 to 50% right now compared to last year, and a great way for clients to take advantage of those big gains. Atlantic Coast Life is a company we offer that has a number of fixed rate annuities. They have a good block of contracts that you can take advantage of on shorter term deposits. I know that we see anywhere between 5 and 10 years on those contracts, and duration goes down to $5,000 of deposit. So you can go down to a lower deposit amount, and those rates are guaranteed. I know they have rates in the upper 2s to lower 3s right now based on the duration of the contract. If you would like to get a quote on Atlantic Coast, I'd be glad to get that done and get that run up for you, get that over to you. And you can take advantage of some of those rate guarantees. Maybe your client's not interested in doing an indexed annuity. They'd rather do a fixed rate annuity that has specific rate guarantees. That Atlantic Coast Life is a good way to go. They go down to 5,000. If you got someone that wants to go to even a lower amount, we have Sentinel. They have a 5-year, 7-year, 10-year contract. The issue age is up to age 90, and you can put as little as $2,500 into those contracts. So much lower deposit level with Sentinel. If you got someone that wants to make a $3,000 IRA deposit for 2020, then go ahead and do that with Sentinel on that personal choice annuity. Really a good option for a client to maximize their fixed returns. I mean, I've been talking to some people that have been seeing banks advertising 20 basis points for 18 months. I just talked to an individual that they just moved a client's money. They were making 5 basis points, which is pretty much almost nothing. And then you take a look at some of the other, the banks are paying way below 1. Most of them are paying below 0.5%. So a client that's got money in the bank right now is losing ground. You definitely want to look at some of the fixed rates you can get in the annuity market space, and some great options on that end. I'm going to launch a quick poll here. If you have interest in taking a look at some of the companies we have that do offer some of these lower contributions, just mark off yes. I'd be glad to get some information over to you. I'm going to go ahead and give everyone a call that was on today's meeting, and choose anything you may need regarding a specific case. We can try to find the best match for that case, see if we can't get someone going on that end. But if you do have interest in getting some additional information on some of the companies we have that offer some of the lower deposit rates, just mark off yes on this poll. We've been glad to get those over to you. I know we've got companies that go down to $100 a month. We got companies that go down to, $2,500 initial deposit, $2,000 initial deposit. We have companies both in the indexed arena, also they're just a straight fixed rates. So we have a lot of good options out there for you that you can really have your client maximize, their customers' returns based on some of these options. We got flexible accounts where the clients can put in additional dollars. So if they maybe start, with a $3,000 deposit this year, the next number of years they want to put in more monies, they can do that. You do earn some commission on it. The client's going to have a little simpler situation because they're getting one annual report versus 5 or 10. And that way they can really simplify things moving forward. But if you'd like to get some information on some of the carriers we do have that you can do additional deposits, set them up on a bank draft, get them set up so they can, have a go-to for their IRA monies, we'd be glad to get that done. But again, this is Matt. If you do have any questions based on today's webinar, definitely give me a call. I know I try to keep this under a half an hour. This is kind of a short webinar we do It's got some good information in it. You know, we have a lot of different options for clients to invest money in on shorter term contracts with lower deposit amounts. A great way to get a newbie started. Maybe you got a client that's just getting started saving their monies. They don't want to be at risk in the market. This would be a good option for them to take a look at some of the companies we have that do offer some of the lower initial deposit amounts, and then be able to have that money compound them for over the years, and they'll be really happy with what they have 15, 20, 25 years down the road based on making these annual deposits into these contracts. It's definitely a way to have some safe money in a good spot, still have some good returns available. I know we've been seeing some companies raising some interest rates. I know Equitrust just raised their rates this week. So did Athene. We're seeing some really strong returns on people that we're doing right now. Seeing people making 10, 15, 20% returns, locking those gains in and moving forward. So great opportunity there. If anything you may need, give me a call. This is Matt, 800-255-5055. We'll go ahead and wrap it up this morning. Appreciate your time with us today. Hopefully we are able to give you some valuable information you can utilize out there in the field. Anything that you've got questions on, give me a call. Be glad to help you out. Otherwise, everyone have a great weekend coming up, and we'll speak to you soon. Thank you.